For my presentation, I was really interested in learning more about Neptune's moons. So some facts about Neptune's moons. Neptune has 16 known moons. Um, the English merchant and astronomer William Lassell discovered the first and largest moon, Triton, on October 10th, 1846. And then over a century passed before the discovery of Neptune's second moon, Nereid, in 1949. And then after that, it was another 40 years before Proteus, Neptune's second largest moon, was discovered in 1989. Since Neptune is named for the Roman god of the sea, its moons are named for various lesser sea gods and nymphs in Greek mythology. And so the moons of Neptune are divided into two groups, regular and irregular. The regular moons include the 7 inner moons. They have near circular orbits. They lie close to Neptune, and they also generally follow Neptune's equatorial plane. The regular moons are also likely formed from the same material as Neptune during the planet's early history. The irregular moons include the 9 outer moons. They have distant, highly eccentric and inclined orbits. Some orbit in the opposite direction of Neptune's rotation. They're also likely captured by Neptune's gravity after the planet formed. And their origins may involve fragments of larger objects broken apart by collisions. So there's some key differences between regular moons and irregular moons. What I thought was really interesting that I discovered about Neptune's moons is that they actually announced 2 new moons orbiting Neptune this year. So the International Astronomical Union's Minor Planet Center announced the discovery of 3 new moons in our solar system on February 23rd, 2024. The moons don't have names yet, but eventually they will be named after different Roman gods like the previous ones. The very first moon is called S2002N5. It has a diameter of 14 miles with an orbit period of 9 years. This one was interesting. It was actually initially observed near Neptune in 2003, but was unconfirmed until the 2021 to 2023 observations. And then the second moon is called S2021N1. It has a diameter of 9 miles with an orbit period of 27 years. And it's actually the faintest Neptunian moon discovered by ground-based telescopes. And you can see S2021N1 in the picture depicted on the slide. And it's incredibly faint. And so it's the faintest moon that was discovered by ground-based telescopes. And the scientific significance of finding these new moons is that the new moons can possibly help scientists get a better picture of what the early days of our solar system were like. And this is because these moons were likely captured during early solar system formation due to their eccentric inclined orbits. And they're also grouped with moons of similar orbits, suggesting origins from larger objects fragmented by collisions. And while no larger moons are expected to be found, future advanced technology may detect smaller ones. And it was actually really interesting learning about the discovery and how they discovered Neptune's new moons. So the discovery process for Neptune's new moons began in 2021 and involved collaboration among astronomers from the University of Hawaii, Northern Arizona University, and Kindai University. The astronomers used multiple telescopes over several years to track the faint moons and calculate their orbits. And this process included taking dozens of 5-minute exposures over 3 to 4 hours for several nights with large ground-based telescopes that tracked the planets. And I liked this quote from Carnegie astronomer Scott S. Shepard about the discovery of the new moons. And he said, "The 3 newly discovered moons are the faintest ever found around these 2 ice giant planets using ground-based telescopes. It took special image processing to reveal such faint objects." And the other moon that he's referencing that was discovered was not Neptune's moon. And so to summarize, my findings about Neptune's moon, the most important things is that Neptune has 16 moons. Its moons are classified as regular or irregular. 2 new Neptune moons were announced this year, and these new moons may help scientists get a better picture of what the early days of our solar system were like. Thank you.